So this is a great thing that Trump is pulling out of Syria. Don't let anybody tell you different. It doesn't matter if Mattis is leaving now because of this. He's having a hissy fit. Oh, he's not listening to me. He doesn't want to stay in a perpetual war in the Middle East, so I'm going to go. Go. We don't need you. Who gives a flying fuck? And this is great. It exposes all of the neocons and the people who have been trying to cozy up to Trump and pretending like they're Trumpers, but realistically, people like Mitch McConnell, all these other fucking losers, they are just neocons, and they're just going to try to use Trump to their own benefit. But now that he's not playing by their game, you're going to see them come out with just ridiculous rhetoric like they're already coming up with. There's like, I think it was Mitch McConnell that said that, oh, we're going to get another 9/11 after this if he doesn't stay out, or if he stays out of Syria. And it's like, okay, no, it was mainly Saudi Arabians that bombed the World Trade Center, so it's not really the Syrians you have to worry about. And America staying in Syria before and spending like $1 billion with the CIA funding these rebel fighters. You were actually helping ISIS before. You were doing their bidding. You don't think all of those fucking gas attacks were staged? They were staged so America can come in and do airstrikes for ISIS for free. Okay, so now them leaving is going to make an attack on America less likely, unless it is instigated by like the FBI or the CIA or some shit, which I could see them wanting to do, because I would expect something to probably happen in the near future, so they could be like, oh, see, it's because we pulled out of Syria, and we told you there was going to be a terrorist attack. We told you this, right? But this is a good thing. It's good that Trump is finally starting to deliver on a few of his promises. And yes, the wall still needs to be built, but we got to understand that he is facing tons of obstruction, right? Like just today, I think some judge ruled, the Supreme Court, there was a conservative judge that ruled against Trump to make it so, people who are entering into the country illegally can't get asylum and can't apply for asylum. So, there is always these people, and a lot of the times, that were on his side working against him. Look at that guy who recently died from cancer. Thank fucking God. And, good thing he's not around. I can't remember his name, slipping my head for some reason. But it doesn't matter anymore because he's dead, and he was a neocon piece of fucking shit. I know who I'm talking about, and you know who I'm talking about too, but I'm just really fucking bad with names. And John McCain, right? John McCain. But all these fucking scum, I love just the rhetoric that are using now, and they're acting like, oh, you're giving away Syria to Putin, Trump, and oh, all the hard work and the sacrifices, and the soldiers are really mad about leaving Syria. No, they're not. They're ecstatic. They're happy about leaving Syria. That is a useless war. They know that. They don't want to put their lives at risk, just like their families don't want to put their lives at risk for a stupid war that Obama started. Obama, he won a fucking Nobel Peace Prize for what? Ruining Libya and starting a slave trade there, going into fucking Syria, funding these rebels, like starting new wars. And Trump is so bad, he hasn't started any new wars. He's trying to get out of these wars. He's pulling troops out of Afghanistan as well, and people are like, oh, this is a bad decision, and John Bolton and all the other neocons are just like, oh, this is bad, and we're trying to talk sense into Trump. It's like, no, it's not sense. He is the only one making sense right now, and hopefully he stays true to this stays out of Syria. So then all these refugees that are in our countries right now have pretty much no excuse to go back home. You know, you have no excuse. If your country is no longer under war and things are getting better, then, no more UN Global Compact for migration, no more, European countries, the EU forcing people into other European countries and shit, no more Trudeau just doing absolutely nothing about the border. Well, they're still going to do it anyways and use some other excuse, but at least they're not going to have the Syria excuse. And it's going to be a lot harder for them to convince the average person that it's necessary to bring these people in. But like I said, they're going to find out some other reason. This is why they're trying to convince everybody global warming and shit, because they're going to be like, oh, these migrants are escaping global warming and this and that. And really it's Trump's fault because he's reducing regulations on oil and gas in America. So really, you should take in these people because it's your policies that are creating the pollution, that are making them flee their homes, just like it was your policies that are making them flee their homes to come into your countries, even though 4 out of the 5 fucking illegal aliens, migrants going into Europe and shit, were not even Syrian. They were economic migrants from other countries that were just poor, okay? So, it's going to be harder for them to push this whole mass immigration thing without these wars going on in the Middle East. But, this is great, and use this as, more of a barometer or whatever to distinguish between good and bad people. Everybody that is promoting this, that is mad about Trump leaving Syria right now, every news publication that is writing against it, that is trying to make it, they're trying to appear like they're not taking a side, but they're heavily implying in the article that it's a really bad decision, whatever. Like anybody like this, know that you can never ever fucking trust them ever again. Okay? Know that they do not have your interest at heart. All the people pushing this shit legitimately, who aren't just useful idiots, they are bad people. They're very bad human beings, and they want you to sacrifice your life for their comfort, for their riches, for whatever. They don't care about you. So, good thing Trump didn't listen to any of his fucking generals that apparently know what they're fucking doing. If they knew what they were doing, there wouldn't still be a fucking conflict going on in these countries. There still wouldn't be troops in like Iraq and all this shit. There still wouldn't be troops in countries, they've been there since like World War fucking II, right? Like it makes no sense. They just want to increase the military industrial complex. It is essentially a massive jobs program, as well as just a good way to funnel money from taxpayers into the pockets of, dictators and rich billionaires and weapons manufacturers and shit. That's all it really is. But, that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.